Can you start?
So we're joined for the press conference by Indiana State coach Mitch Hannes, student athletes Randall Diaz and Dominic Listi. Coach, if you don't mind, please start us with an opening statement.
Sure. Obviously, this time of year, it's survive and advance. I thought we did a really good job coming out of the gate offensively. I thought we did a poor job down the stretch of putting them away when we had opportunity. But I was really pleased with what Cam Edmondson gave us out of the back of the pen. I thought Luke Hayden was good at times. You look up and they got 3 hits and 3 runs. I just thought we walked too many guys, hit a few guys, and gave them every opportunity to stay in the game.
Okay, looking for questions for the student athletes first. If you don't mind, identify yourself and your outlet, please. Starting down here.
Todd Goldman with the Tribune-Star. Dom, tell me about just the approach early in the game offensively. You guys barreled up on a lot of last 6 pitches. What was kind of just the general approach that you guys took?
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I didn't think we had a pretty poor approach yesterday. So today I was just trying to be simple to the baseball and hitting line drives, having good at bats from our whole team 1 to 9, and I think we were able to do that early in the game, like Coach said.
Go ahead again.
Randall, you were able to get a single right off the bat. How much do you think that helped? And then also on the other side of things, Western Michigan made a few pitching changes, offensive momentum slowed down. What do you think got you going, and then also what do you think kept you from keep going?
After last night, I knew I had to come late today. Yeah, I knew I was the first hitter of the game. I knew I had to start leading off my team. It was like I had that responsibility the whole year. So I knew I had to make an adjustment right away.
Then what made it tough later in the game as Western made some pitching changes?
I mean, they had a good pitchers. It's like this time of the year, like everybody's good. So it's like I think they just beat a couple of times, but I think we did a good job at the beginning, so that helped us later in the game.
Burt Granger, D1 Baseball. Randall, after last night's game, you said that you were going to bring the energy and make sure that you guys started out hot, and you did. What did you tell the team to get them going early in the game?
I mean, like for me, it's a everyday thing. It's like I always try to make everybody just laugh a little bit, like just keep the energy all the time. Like sometimes they can think I'm crazy or something like that. But it's like I just need my team to be like warriors all the time. It's like they can't think about what's gonna happen after. No, we leave the moment. It's like and just keep battling the whole game. And
then this question's for both of you. As Cam comes in and he's throwing strikes, what does that do for you guys defensively when you know a strike's coming? It keeps you on your toes, as opposed to Luke was good, flashed good, but there was walks, hit by pitches, and that kind of takes you defensively out of the rhythm a little bit.
I mean, that help us a lot, like to just about positioning and all that. So it's gonna make it easier. And we're a team, like we work a lot on the defensive stuff. So it's like obviously if he's spotting the spots, it's like obviously it's gonna be easier for us.
Yeah, he did an outstanding job just attacking the zone today. I mean, like Randall said, I think it really we're a good defensive team, and it gets us into the game, it gets us talking, gets us ready to make plays, and I think that will carry over to the offensive side because I don't think we've played our best baseball yet.
Back to the front, right?
Dom, when you're kind of riding out a tense game like that late in the game, and then you get an interference reversal on the base pass, the line out, double play, what are those types of plays like when you're, when the momentum of the game is kind of in the balance and you can feel it, them coming at you a little bit? What do those types of plays mean in the dugout to the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just have to settle down and have poise in those situations and understand that there's going to be swings of momentum in playoff baseball and just baseball in general. That's going to happen in these good games. So it's the fine details. Things like that are going to happen, but how are we going to be able to get the momentum back on our side? And I think when we're going well, we do a very good job of maintaining our poise and being able to attack the next pitch in the right mindset.
In the back.
Graham Pugh, WTVO. Dom, you kind of touched on it. You guys haven't played your best baseball yet. How do you kind of use this heading into tomorrow, knowing you spotted 6 today, but you feel like you guys left some ducks out there on the pond today, hitting-wise?
Definitely. I mean, like Coach Hannes said, it's survive and advance for us right now. So we were able to advance. We get another opportunity tomorrow, and we just have to come ready with the same mindset and try to enhance our capabilities and be ready to win another ball game.
Anything else for the student athletes? Okay, you gentlemen are free to go. And now we'll take questions for Coach.
offensive approach obviously was very good out of that. What do you think was the key to that? And kind of same question I had for Randall. I mean, what do you think kind of went away as the game went along?
Well, I think with the first guy, obviously he's a top of the zone guy, likes to throw to the top. We needed to get him out. I thought we did a really good job of staying on top of the baseball at the top of the zone. I thought that was the key to getting him out of there. I thought as they moved down the line a little bit, I thought the approaches were a little poor. I thought we had guys trying to pull a baseball that was soft and moving away from us. And I think that comes from being a little anxious. And then I thought there were some moments we had some pitches to hit and missed them. You know, there in that last inning when Mike took the walk, he got that hanging breaking ball. And normally that's a pitch that he doesn't miss. So I think it was good to get the lead, but I still feel like we got a few guys trying to do a little too much in some of those situations.
Similar question to what I had for Dom. Some momentum plays really kind of sort of saved you a little bit as the game went along. The double play, the runner's interference call. I mean, you hate to have it come down to that, but you're thankful when they happen. I mean, what was the mood in the dugout when those occurred?
Well, I think obviously the running play, I think if we have the other base out there, I think that's an out. I think he's over there the whole time, and I think that throw can get to our first baseman instead of running inside the line, and I think that's a really dangerous play. We're fortunate that no one got hurt in that situation. And I think the other things, you know, Luis Hernandez made a great play on that line drive. I think sometimes someone thinks that's bad luck, but, you know, he takes a ball that's going into the corner and makes a great play on it. And I think, you know, we talk a lot about a play and making plays that really diminish innings and really take the wind out of another team. And I think we had a play or two like that today. The one was the base running thing. The other was just a really good play by Luis at first base. And I'm not sure early in the season, him learning first base, if we make that play.
What was the key to Cam kind of battling his way through those 4 2/3 innings? None of them were easy, but he did manage to fight his way out of some trouble.
I think the key, you know, he got a couple strikeout lookings when he crossed the plate inside, and I think his ability to get on the inner third once in a while really helped him. You know, even we were called a fastball in there to Richmond. Thought we had him setting slider because we had thrown a bunch of them, and he left it out over the middle of the plate. You know, credit to them. It seems like every time that we didn't locate, we got hurt by that front 4 or 5 guys. But I think his key was just getting ahead. And then when he wasn't always ahead, he could still land a strike, 2-1. He could still throw whatever pitch. And I think that's really important in college baseball right now with everybody tuning up the velocity and trying to strip fastballs. You've got to be able to grab any pitch, 2-1, 3-1. I think that's the key to keeping people in the park.
In the back.
And to win a game, coach, only using 2 pitchers today too. That's, you know, great, you know, effort by Cam, and obviously Luke gets the start. That's
one of those that you sit there as the coach and you think, man, I want to push him through, but then you let it go in the last inning. You're really kicking yourself for not going to your pin. So I think you're on a balancing wire right there. Do you leave him and he's throwing well, but at the same time, we kept calling down to the bullpen because I wanted velocity for Richmond. We got Cole Gilly sitting down there, 93, 94, that if anyone would have been on base, he would have been coming because I wanted velocity to those next 3 or 4 guys. I didn't want to take our chances with, you know, 89, 90. I wanted mid-90s.
Coach, I think it was the 4th inning, Luke started to get in trouble. He had hit a guy, had 2 walks, bases loaded, nobody out. Pitching coach goes out there. What were you guys seeing in the dugout? And what was said to Luke? Because he got out of the inning relatively unscathed.
Well, number one, we told him he loaded the bases. So, I mean, that's first and foremost. I mean, make somebody hit you. He gets in that mode where he starts trying to do too much and starts pulling off. When his fastball starts taking off and you see that front side pulling out, it's been detrimental to him. But, you know, credit to him. Again, I don't know early in the year that he works out of that. I think that's something he's grown a lot. He's gotten a lot better at being calm. I think and again, the only thing, we're 3-2 with a 5-run lead, and he shakes and throws another slider, which, and again, that's a young guy chasing, you know, trying to fool guys when his fastball was good enough just to get out there and throw it at guys and make them beat you. So I really felt like, Justin went out and the message was, hey, you're beating yourself, man. You got to settle in and we got to get some strikes and try to get a ball right now on the turf for a double play to work out of this. And fortunately, for the most part, he worked out of it except for the walk to make it 6-2. But that's part of his growing as a pitcher. Last week he didn't have any traffic and he did a really good job, but sometimes when guys get on with him, he wants to throw 100 instead of just pitch it, which is what I thought Crowder did really well last night. He was pitching at that velocity, not throwing. And so I think that was the message, just settle in and relax and try to pound the zone here.
And then a follow-up, pulling on that thread a little bit, he obviously labored that inning.
Yeah.
I think the next inning, you got 2 quick outs on 2 or 3 pitches. You call an offensive timeout. Is that just to make sure you're getting some extra time?
Just trying to give him some time.
Yeah.
I felt like we went, I think it was first pitch, the foul out, and then we went 1-0, ground ball to second. It was so quick that we just used that as long as we could to get him some time. Obviously, he was laboring, and we needed to at least let him catch a breath in between innings.
And then, do you have an idea what the pitching plan is for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think, most likely, unless something changes, we'll start cuts tomorrow.
And then anyone from yesterday or today available?
Pruitt will be available tomorrow. Gregerson will be available tomorrow. So I think for the most part, and we'll see how Spencer feels, coming back. So I think all of those guys are possibilities.
Anything else for Coach? Okay.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.